Heat number 3. You know, and T-Bird, I was looking at this heat and I'm like, this one is going to be close. This one is going to be good because you have Mitsuki Ono, the 5th seed, up against American Sonny Alba, both riding so strong, both showing a lot of consistency.
And they're at very similar points in their careers as far as appearances in world-class half-pipe events. I feel like in any bracket-style tournament, when you get toward the middle, that 4-5 matchup is always incredible. Mitsuki Ono dropping in on the rider's right wall, coming into a backside hit, backside 540.
Backside 540.
And that's something new that we did not see from her in qualifiers, so she's choosing to maybe go for her weaker wall, her weaker run first.
Yeah, that's where the strategy comes into play. Frontside 900 into the backside air. And I feel like she's just gonna pull the plug and say, hey, let's see where the judges put me. And let's go, when we go back up to the top, we'll see how Sonny Alba responds. And so checking out the replay here. That is a cab 720, switch frontside 720. Grabbing her toe edge with her leading hand. Into the front side 900. See that amplitude coming in the anywhere from 7 to 10 foot range for Mitsuki Ono. A big old backside air. I will say though, Sonny Alba yesterday was riding better than I have ever seen her ride. I feel like right now she feels like that door is open.
Yeah, and once as an athlete, from that athlete perspective, once you feel that energy after riding that well, it is so powerful. You can take that confidence and that momentum and put it into the next day's competition. And Sonny Alba, like you said, it had such a great performance yesterday.
All right, so the goofy-footed rider, Sonny Alba, will be dropping on the rider's left wall.
Sonny Alba in the pipe.
That is huge. She is going so big. Holding that momentum from yesterday, backside air into the front side 7. Little washout there on that 3rd hit into the front side 540. In the backside 540, so good amplitude as you see the height meter. Those heights are starting to come in.
So she elected in qualifiers, she did finish off her run with that alley-oop McTwist. She elected not to do that here. And again, that it could have been a strategic decision.
Yeah, and that's what happens when, she's dropping against the 5 seed. She's the 4 seed. In the first run, the lower seed drops first. That gives the higher seed a little bit of an advantage because they can sit back, see what their competitor does, and kind of adjust their run from there. All of today is about strategy, strategy, strategy.
Strategy, consistency, and then if you get to that final, endurance.
Absolutely. There's going to be a lot of snowboarding going down today here at the Snow League in Aspen. You are looking at the replay of Sonny Alba as we're waiting for scores to come in.
Oh, and they are close, but it will be Mitsuki Ono with a 72.7 that takes that first run.
We're going to bring in Connor real quick because that was a very even run. And
moving on to quarterfinal number 3, the second runs. We're going to kick things off here with Mitsuki Ono out of Japan, another competitor that had to fight through the last chance qualifiers in those earlier rounds. We talked about the endurance, the fatigue, but also there's something to be said about just having that extra time in the half pipe.
Absolutely. A lot of the riders who came through the athletes who came through the last chance qualifier yesterday looked at it as almost extra practice, more time in the pipe. That's going to be key here. So Mitsuki Ono starting things off. Front side 900 into the backside 540. These athletes showing their versatility, being forced to drop into both walls for both of their runs. There's the cab 7. That was huge. Into the front side 540 tail grab. So the number 5 seed, Mitsuki Ono, looks to be a threat today going up against Sonny Alba.
Yeah, so she has the advantage at this point already with a run, a win under her belt. So at this point now, Sonny Alba needs to pull out all the stops. In that first run, she didn't do that alley-oop McTwist. So will we see that? But hey, Connor, what are you seeing from the judges?
I'm seeing they're really rewarding that execution. So getting the grab all the way through the trick, landing solid. A lot of those heavy edge outs at the bottom that you might not see with the naked eye, like that landing right there on the 9, perfect edge right across. Her execution just so good, amplitude good as well. Sonny's gonna have some work to do to really get this to a 3rd run.
Hey Connor, looking at these pristine conditions, there's very little wind, the sun is out, the pipe looks like it's running well. Are the judges really taking note of amplitude because of the conditions?
Yeah, it's really helping. They're looking at that amplitude gauge right there, and that's what they're basing all their amplitude scores on, T-Bird.
Yeah, and the execution, we really keep our eyes out for that. And that the execution, that's the landings, the grabs, like he said. So right now, Mitsuki Ono with the advantage as we go back to the top for Sonny Alba. Her 2nd run here in the quarterfinals. She needs to win this run.
Will she be the first athlete to force a 3rd run? There you see her with legendary halfpipe rider Danny Cass, one of my personal favorites growing up. He is one of the U.S. team coaches. And I got a text from Chris Grenier, who's up there. We'll be throwing to him throughout the day. He said Danny Cass is up there keeping it light, playing some music, making sure they're smiling, not taking things too seriously, and having fun. So Sonny Alba, the goofy footer, starting things off with a frontside 720 into the cab 720, and she catches the lip of the pipe with her heel edge. Not quite enough pop on that cab 7.
Yeah, so that's gonna do it. This heat is gonna go to Mitsuki Ono. But yeah, I want to give props to Sonny Alba because earlier in the qualifiers, and you said it again at the very beginning of today's competition, this is some of the best riding that we have ever seen from her, and I really do expect big things from her down the road.
And one of the big things with Snow League is they're creating new superstars. Who's the next face of this sport? And I can say with guarantee that Sonny Alba is one of those athletes.
All right, we'll take a minute to look at the scores, and there you go. It is Mitsuki Ono from Japan who will take this matchup number 3 here in the quarterfinals. And she is down there with Naoko.
おめでとうございます。準々決勝. I'm going to ask her about how she feels with this format and what her strategy was. 今日の1対1のフォーマットでどういう戦略を考えましたか？
そうですね。先行後攻があってちょっと新しいスノーボードな形で戸惑ったんですけど、とりあえず自分ができることやって楽しめたらいいなと思って何も考えず楽しみました。
おめでとうございます。She was a little bit nervous about this new format, but in any case, she went into it saying, I'm just going to do my very best, and it worked out for her. 頑張ってください。どうもありがとうございます。
So we will see Mitsuki Ono in the semifinals, and we will go